Okay, good morning. Welcome to the County Board meeting. Would you please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Well, the first item on the agenda is the Life Saving Award. Would you please come forward?
Hey, good morning, Commissioners. Mitch, Ryan, do you guys want to come up here for a second? We just wanted to, boy, this thing is tall. We just wanted to recognize a couple of young guys from our, actually from our state, right? Yep. Not the community? Yeah, so these guys are complete rock stars. Back on May 23rd, right after about, just before 3:30 in the afternoon, these guys were driving by on Mill Avenue, went by the bridge, and just out of the corner of their eye, they were able to see that a vehicle had gone into the water, and they drove by and thought, hey, that doesn't look right. It was floating out there in the water. So they realized that, hey, this must have just happened. These guys had the wherewithal to pull the vehicle over and to run down the vehicles because they were driving together. And they had the wherewithal to pull the vehicles over and run down and swim out into the water because that vehicle had floated about 30 to 40 feet away from shore. And right there in that Rice Lake area, it drops off pretty deep. So it was well over everybody's head at that point. But that vehicle is still floating. They swam out to that vehicle and they found a female that was in the vehicle that was struggling with some life issues. And they were able to convince her to open that door and to get her out and swam with her back to shore. These guys are just great guys. They're Teen Challenge graduates. They've had a lot of struggles in their life, but they've made some significant life-changing events in their life, and they not only are just great people, but they love the Lord as well. And I sure appreciate these guys, and I wanted to recognize them with a plaque. They got them.
So, I'll just read it here. It just says, Public Service Award presented to Ryan Stash for courageous and heroic actions taken on May 23rd, 2023 to save a life of another. And so it's the same, it says the same thing with Mitch's plaque also. I believe, everybody has a purpose in life, and there's a reason. I think, they had a change in their life, and I'm sure besides this, they're going to go on and do great things in the future. So just thank you guys so much for being there and for doing this.
Can we get a picture?
Right here?
You want to be in a picture?
Are we gonna get one too, or?
Do you really want our faces in there?
Yeah, we'll take you guys. You guys can stand right back here.
Should we, okay.
Yeah, let's go around. There's a lot of you to get in there, so let's.
When did the ice go out on Rice Lake? May 26th.
It was May 26th?
No. It was probably the end of April.
Yeah.
Early May.
It was cold.
Steve, one way or the other? Yeah, there you go. No, you,
I'm sorry, my best face right here.
there we go. You ready?
Nice picture.
I'm gonna take about 3 more right here. Okay.
Very nice.
Everybody good? Everybody good?
Everybody got a story.
Thanks, guys.
God, it felt good though.
Yeah, sure it is.
Okay.
Okay, next thing on the agenda is open forum. Chris Henning, do you want to come up to the microphone?
Microphone. There we go.
Yeah, that's going to work, thank you. If I was standing, I would be up there with it, believe me. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Chris.
I reside out on South Matthias Road, and I'm here to discuss the discontinuation of the Dial-A-Ride program for Crow Wing County. As you can see, I use the Dial-A-Ride because of my situation. It's the only means I have for getting to and from my medical appointments and what little shopping I do. I don't know whether you people saw the article in the newspaper this weekend that the Dispatch did, which was great. Anyway, I contacted Commissioner Coing on July 13th, just after I got a call from Brainerd Dispatch telling me that they were going to discontinue the service. And I contacted the commissioner, and at that time he says, no, that's not the case. That's not what we really voted on. And he says, I'm going to confirm it. And I'll give you a call tomorrow, in which he did. He gave me a call the following morning, and right out, it came out and it says, I got bad news for you. We're discontinuing the service. And it's hard. I mean, it's not just me, it's a lot of other people that are with my situation in a wheelchair. As you can see, I can't walk. Anyhow, to go on, he went on to say, you know, when a farmer gets old on St. Matthias, he grew up out there, I take it, they move to town. Well, that's not the easiest thing to do. Number one, uprooting and selling my house that I bought out there. Two, there's no places available here in Brainerd for the handicap or even for the elderly. There's 100 to 200 people waiting to get into the facilities around here. So I have nowhere to go, really. I've come up with some solution, talking with my family, and one of them was maybe to start a subscription program for the buses, where you subscribe to the bus, you pay $150 for 10 rides per month. If you don't use those 10 rides out of that 150, it goes into the system. It goes back into the bus system to keep it going. I mean, there's methods of that coming up, and for those that don't prescribe to it or subscribe to it, then they pay a $20 or $25 rider fee. I mean, it's one way of trying to carry the system, but doing away with the system is unjust. It's not right. I know it's not a requirement, but you've been providing that bus system for quite a while. And now you're taking it apart. You're taking it apart and taking it away. And I understand the money thing. I'm a retired fire mechanic from West out in Nevada. And I dealt with money dealing with equipment. Thousands and thousands of dollars and coming up short. But we made it work. We had to. We had to provide the public with the services that they need. And if we didn't, we're not doing the job right, I feel. Like I said, there's solutions. I mean, there's solutions even going to the local Essentia Health and asking them, telling them what's going on. I don't think very many people know that they're discontinuing the county ride system until Sunday. I really don't. It's not written in the bus. It shows the price increases for Baxter. It shows the reduction into the Pequot Lake and out to Crosby, but it doesn't say anything about discontinuing the rides in the county. Nothing. So the person that doesn't know is going to call after August 1st, and they're going to go, well, I'm sorry. We're not servicing your area. I mean, I have my appointments set up I preset my appointments and preset my bus schedule so that I can try to get 2 appointments in one day. So I'm not having to getting up and getting going for me is a big job. It's not easy. Try putting your pants on with one leg and sitting in a position. It's not an easy life, and this has really stressed me out. It really has. I moved to that area. I moved out here to be with my grandchildren and my family. They moved here, and now it was going along pretty good. Now it's a mess. It really is. Either that or try to carry the program a little bit longer and give us a chance to do what we need to do to make the adjustments. But just discontinuing, just getting 2 weeks notice saying that they're stopping the bus, that's not fair. How many of you people use the bus system? How many of you people on the board have relatives that use the bus system, elderly that use the bus system, or disabled? If you did, how would you feel if they didn't have a way to get to the medical? Walk in my shoe or walk in our shoes. I mean, it's not just about me. It's about a person that lives in Merrifield that right now is in dialysis. He gets a ride twice a week from Merrifield to go in for dialysis. They're not going to have that. They're not going to have that. That guy's going to die if he doesn't get in and get dialysis. But they can't afford. I called Medivan. For me to use Medivan from my house, 2.2 miles from the Brainerd Clinic to my house, $65 is what they would charge me. They called, it's going to be over $100 for him to go to the clinic or go to the dialysis. And my insurance I'm private. I'm 64 years old. I'm not on Medicare. I don't qualify for Medicare. Even even being disabled, I don't get Medicaid. I don't get anything. I don't cost the state basically anything other than using the bus. I know $4 for the ride was great. It was cheap, and I expected it to go up. I expected it to double, even go up to $12 a ride. To carry the system to keep it going. But just to do away with it is wrong. It's shameful. That's my spiel. So I wish you would reconsider. I really do, or look for other avenues. I'd be more than happy to try to help. I mean, if I could get down here, I'd come down and volunteer my time for it. I love doing this stuff. I'm sitting at home, watering my garden, playing with my grandchildren. But I'd be more than happy to volunteer and do. If I could drive a bus, I would. Believe me. If I could drive a bus, I'd go and pick up people that really need the system. But I can't. Anyway, thank you for your time.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Go this way, I think. You got it mapped out the directions. Yeah, you know what? If you don't mind, I don't want to take you on the road. Oh, you're all good. All right, thank you.
Okay, next on the list, Doug Kern.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you to the ones that showed up to honor Officer Wallen, and Rosemary for being on the side of the road with us honoring him. I listened to the presentation that Debbie Erickson gave to the board concerning elections. As a previous, I had a department called Custom Engineering where I actually programmed computers. The concern that isn't going to go away as far as the computers, whoever controls the input controls the output. And it's not even our Debbie Erickson or anybody here. The concern is who controls the input controls the output. And that's just the way computers are designed. So there's still a concern there with hasn't gone away with a bunch of us, me included. So anyway, I thank you for having her present that, because with the laws changing, just want to have close eyes on what's going on, because whoever controls the input controls the output. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, review and approve the minutes of the July 11th meeting.
Motion, Madam Chair, motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Coring, second by Commissioner Barrows. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Review and approve the agenda.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve the agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Lubke, second by Commissioner Coring. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Consent agenda. Any questions?
Motion to approve.
I will second.
Motion by Commissioner Coring, second by Commissioner Lubke. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Sheriff is gone.
Sheriff's gone.
Is Don on the line?
He is not, Madam Chair.
Okay, we're down to County Administrator.
Madam Chair, members of the board, there was a senior management team meeting yesterday. We just continue to talk about turnover rates and where we have challenges. You can imagine that the challenges are not equal across the board, but the challenges are great in some areas and not as great in other areas. What I'm finding is it just moves. It moves around. And so I think the labor market right now is exceptionally volatile. I'm not sure I've ever seen it as volatile as it is right now. And so that is posing challenges for us in terms of marshaling the talent to get our work done. And so we aren't running into problems making budget because we have open positions that we are having difficult time filling. That impacts our ability to deliver the mission. And I think those are the things that keep me awake at night. And, we just had a squad car that got into an accident yesterday. And normally I would say, the officer is okay, that's good. The squad car can be replaced. Right now, I also have to say that I'm glad the officer is okay. I don't know how long it's going to take us to replace that squad car because we still see supply chain issues in our fleet. So we have difficulty getting squads, we have difficulty getting plow trucks. Those are the things that we really need for some pretty critically important services. So those are the challenges I think that the SMT is facing and dealing with is recruitment, retention, some supply chain issues yet. And so we had most of our discussion yesterday was about that. Happy to answer questions about that or anything else related to county government.
Any questions? Any additional business?
We have none.
I'll have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Coring, second by Commissioner Hoag. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.